You're about to see an overview of the Delaware North SOA team's approach to managing offshore vendors. Our primary offshore vendor, Fiorano, is located over 8,000 miles away in Bangalore, India. This is 9.5 hours ahead of Buffalo. The core, full-time Fiorano team primarily works on 24/7 support issues. Complementing this full-time team, there is a pool of resources that also work on project and other SOW-based initiatives. Each member of the Fiorano team has full Delaware North credentials, and access to Delaware North cleanroom environments is provisioned and monitored by the IT Network Operations Center. These credentials allow our offshore vendors to access JIRA, which is where project work and support issues are tracked. This view is the issue backlog, which the Delaware North team uses to prioritize work according to business need. Once this work is prioritized, it can be assigned to a 2-week sprint during which it will be executed. Once assigned to a sprint, the offshore team gets their work via the Kanban board. Delaware North IT and business users also use JIRA to check the status of their various tickets. The features offered in JIRA allow for collaboration across the teams and a source of truth for scheduling and prioritization of work. A culture has been fostered amongst each team that ensures that JIRA issues are treated as sacred. This commitment to transparency reinforces a strong vendor-client relationship. Workflows in JIRA ensure that work gets bootstrapped, implemented, evaluated, and deployed according to team procedures. All policies, standards, and project specifications created by the SOA team are stored in Confluence for easy access by vendors. When working with distributed offshore teams, especially those on different schedules, detailed, concise documentation is absolutely critical to the success of our projects. As you can tell by the example on screen, significant effort is required to produce the level of detail needed by these outside resources. In addition to this detailed planning and day-to-day vendor management, the Delaware North team also handles testing, deployment, and review of all vendor deliverables. The HipChat application acts as the communications hub of the combined team. Not only does it provide team members with instant messaging, but it also acts as a consolidation point for alerts from our source control, JIRA, Confluence, and other systems. The asynchronous, text-based nature of chat is not only well-suited to distributed teams, but also facilitates clear communication in instances where English is not the primary language of the offshore team. The HipChat mobile app helps both teams stay collaborating even during off hours. Each morning, the combined Fiorano and Delaware North teams meet for 15 minutes. Each member reviews what they did yesterday, what they're going to do today, and if they have any blockers that they need help clearing. The following 2-minute clip is an excerpt from a morning meeting where 2 members of the team give their daily updates.
Did it trigger the flow, the retail flow the NetSuite transaction flow, and all the data got loaded to test except one wherein the quantity field was missing, and because of that that error was coming, and even I tried posting it without that field, but it's a required field, so I added a comment in the ticket for Brian, but didn't hear that from him.
Okay, for NetSuite, you're waiting for feedback from Brian then?
Yeah, right.
Okay, I will reach out to him and let him know. And you don't have any blockers, right?
Yeah, no blocks.
All right, sounds good. Nick, go ahead.
Yesterday, I spent most of the day working on optimizations to the space-time iterator. There are a few different approaches I took. Some of them are better than others. What I decided on was...
In addition to these short daily meetings, there are also bi-weekly 2-hour meetings dedicated to planning and retrospective. During the planning meeting, the team prioritizes, estimates, and assigns work for the next 2 weeks. During retrospective, the team reviews work from the previous 2 weeks and gives feedback to the offshore team. At an even higher level, we have a quarterly executive level review around capacity planning and service levels. Outsourcing requires a tremendous amount of work and discipline from your team. Additionally, the team that does this work now may not have the skills required to outsource this work to another team, as the work of managing outsourcing requires a higher level of skill than just doing the work itself. It's the daily, weekly, and quarterly rituals that keep this setup running. A culture shift had to take place to accommodate these rituals. It took much time and resources to put together a team with the right levels of skill, discipline, and open-mindedness to work this way. Finally, I would like to acknowledge the importance of our relationship with our offshore vendor. This was critical to negotiating a service agreement that protects both businesses while setting clear expectations on performance and outcomes.